In today's video, we are in port in Dubrovnik, Croatia, while on a celebrity cruise around the Eastern Mediterranean. Dubrovnik is this incredible walled ancient city, and we're going to show you tips for visiting while at a port stop on your own cruise. But let's rewind before we arrived. The approach to the city is great to watch. There's some outskirt islands the ship has to pass, some mountain views, some views of this awesome bridge. Before long, you are docking about a mile from the main old city. Now, while it wasn't really advertised anywhere on our ship until the night before, there was a low-cost run shuttle service directly to the old city from the port. You can see here, plenty of buses once we got off the ship took you directly to the old city. You wouldn't want to walk. It's quite hilly and long, and the cabs are more likely to cost more than the shuttle. After a quick bus ride, we arrived at the old city.
Walking in, this is really awesome looking. Look at like the detail up there. Going across the drawbridge. All to go through this tiny little porthole here. And we are in the old city inside the walls. It's crowded, it's hot, but it's also Europe in the summer, so if you come here this time of year, that's what you gotta expect. I do want to point out just, quaint, old. And then there's a sign for the Hard Rock Cafe. Lots of stairs. This thing's like a maze. Trying to find this bar. Our GPS isn't working great, so we're relying on good old compass, knowing what direction we need to go. So that is Booza Bar. It's built into the side of the walls here, overlooking this small little cliff diving area. Cheap beers, like $6-7, cheap considering the location, but it is cash only. So if you do come, make sure to bring some cash. Service was fast, easy to find a good seat. It does face sunset view, so I'm sure at night it gets really crowded, but here in the middle of the afternoon, perfect. Headed from Booza Bar, which is up a lot of stairs, and then you go down a lot of stairs to get there, but from the kind of the top area back down, a lot of steep stairs into the city.
In addition to all the steps, the old city has a lot of restaurants and plenty of shopping. I would say about half the shops are being tourist junk, with the other half being regionally made art or art type objects. Regardless if it's a junk store or not, the city doesn't have a lot of tacky signs, so it's really an endless maze of brick facades. You never know if it's going to be tacky or nice until you walk into the store. Our biggest tip though, be prepared. Wear a hat, wear sunscreen. What you're not seeing in these clips, a lot of shade. It gets very hot and very sunny.
Really important to note after the Booza Bar, I'd be failing you if I didn't tell you this. There's no bathrooms there, so after you have a few cold ones, you're probably going to need to go to the bathroom. There are some public toilets right over here, kind of by a little bit of a walk from Booza Bar itself, kind of by the marina. They are €1. They're kind of hidden. We walked by them a few times right there, but that's the old city. Walk out of this thing, turn immediately left, and they're there. You'll thank me later. Trust me, I know this isn't good video content, but you'll thank me. Be sure to head over to the marina here. I mean, this is just like storybook views here with the cliffs and the construction. But you get what I mean. There's some restaurants that are in the shade over here. A lot of people sitting in the shade. But this is just, it looks like Switzerland meets castles. Just incredible stuff. So make sure you add this to your list, the marina area, just for a quick glance. Kind of looking back towards the city walls here. This little hole in the wall, literally hole in the wall, along the wall, calls himself the best gelato in Dubrovnik. There, we said it. I like that. That's fun. But we've also read from a lot of people that this truly is. So time to put it to the test. Does it live up to the name? And the verdict is in. It's really good. We're not going to call him out on being calling themselves best gelato, because it truly might be. At the other end of town, the entrance over by the marina. As you can see over here, there's still a lot to do outside of town. Lots of restaurants and activities. And our next stop is the cable car. The entire city, everything that you've been seeing, is inside these walls. So it's like you're driving around here and you're like, oh, that's just a wall, maybe a fort. No, there's the full old city on the other side of those walls, which makes it a little confusing to get around, because you can't just be like, I want to go to the restaurant right there. You have to go all the way down and around and through. So it takes a little extra time to get around here, because there's only a few entrances into the old city. Cable car's a little bit hidden to get to. It's like parking lot right here across from Old City Wall, and there's this tiny little path here. There is a few signs around town, so that helps. Pretty sure Dubrovnik translates to the city of steps, because everywhere you go, up, down, steps. But I guess that's what makes it so cool, because we've got a lot of great views. There's a bathroom over here at the cable car, so that's good to know. Again, but when you're in big cities like this and you're out drinking and having fun, you always want to make sure you know where the bathroom is.
The cable car was 27 euros per person. We went midday and there was no line. We purchased tickets right at the entrance. If it does get a long line, we heard that you can take a taxi up to the top if you needed to meet your reservation.
We made it to the top, and showed you a video. I'm going to show you more video how great the view is looking towards the water. But this is looking deeper into the country of Croatia, and kind of really shows why it's really hot here. It's a dry climate, dry hot heat here, but this is absolutely beautiful. These giant mountains go on forever. You can see, especially, hopefully this shows up pretty well in the video. I mean, the mountains are even taller there. It looks like some snow-capped mountains. Montenegro, I think, it's down that direction. They do have like a buggy ride, like dune buggy adventure that takes you back roading up here, which would be pretty cool. Definitely, I'll have to add that to the list for next time. But wow, incredible view. At the top of the cable car, we are dining at the Panorama restaurant. Got this really great cocktail using Havana Club, which you can't get in the US, so that's fun. Worth noting, there's different terraces. We booked second row, but we were given first row when we showed up, but this place will book up weeks in advance. So look it up online, book it ahead of time, because then you can reserve the seats you want, the ones that overlook the view and give you this awesome view of the old city there.
The view coming down is a perfect opportunity to show you where the cruise ships actually dock. X marks the spot. You can see it's a little bit ways away from the old city, so that's where that shuttle's taking you back and forth from.
Now the main attraction, walking the city walls. It's gonna be a lot of steps. It's gonna be a lot of not shade. 35 euros a person. A little pricey, but that's what you gotta do when you come here. It's a one-way trip around the city, and if we're facing north, Adriatic is to our left. It is a counterclockwise walk. So something just to plan accordingly if you don't want to walk the whole thing, because they say it can take up to 2 hours. And that's really because there's just a lot of elevation changes here. So something to keep in mind if you want to walk certain parts of it. There is, I think, 3 or 4 entrances to get up onto the wall. So plan accordingly if you wanted to just walk the section maybe along the water. Start before the water section, because that's where we made the mistake. We thought we were going to start over here, walk that way, and get up, and they said it's a one-way walk. So absolutely beautiful, but also a lot of stairs. Up, down, up, down, up, down. The walls are awesome, but you got to be in some kind of physical condition to really enjoy these. There is steps everywhere. If you think that low-lying house right there, that's where we got on the wall. So we probably walked, I think, 40 or 50 steps up so far. But the view is awesome. So cool to see like a guarded city like this.
Dubrovnik was awesome and the highlight of our 7-night Eastern Mediterranean cruise. Shameless plug, we have a full cruise vlog from that cruise on this channel. It was also the perfect mix of architecture, unique design being a walled city, but also not feeling too touristy even though there was a lot of people visiting. We got off the ship around 10 a.m., got back on around 5 p.m., and felt we had enough time to get a proper taste of what the city was all about.